Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is with pleasure that I welcome you here this evening on behalf of the Spring Sing Committee. Tonight, the 21st Annual Spring Sing brings us back home after 12 years in the Hollywood Bowl. We know that you will enjoy tonight's program, for it is a tribute to the great enthusiasm and support of the entire UCLA student body. It is the beginning of a new era for Spring Sing, one which we hope will continue for many years in Pauley Pavilion as being the largest and finest collegiate competition in history. We are honored to bring Spring Sing back to you, back where the action is. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the Spring Sing Executive Committee who made this program possible. They have been working very hard for the last 2.5 months to bring this program to you. As you all were made rather abruptly aware sometime after the new spring semester started, Spring Sing was a month and a half early this year. So we really had to work hard. These people did a fine job. Phil McCormick, my promotions chairman, handled the fire engine stunt, all the stunts you saw on campus. Ron Baker, entries chairman. He was responsible for having 34 entries and preliminaries and largely responsible for the fine groups that we have here tonight. Richard Gross, our publicity chairman. He handled all the newspaper advertising, the Bruin advertising, all the advertising in the news media which you saw. Bill Asbury, our business manager. In a way, our accountant kept the books balanced, kept Spring Sing on an even keel. Miss Ann Reber, art chairman, responsible for the program you have in front of you tonight, the Spring Sing posters, and the banners on the fire engines and in the student union. Rick Bruck, sales chairman. He was responsible for selling all of you your tickets here tonight. He didn't get them through him, but he was responsible for the tickets and for the people who sold them. Ken Zatlin, stadium controller. Ken was largely responsible for, well, what you see in front of you tonight, working with various alumni advisors, or faculty advisors rather. We had quite a problem this year in bringing it from the Hollywood Bowl. Things just weren't the same. It's rather an experiment tonight, and one which we hope will continue. Chris Wood, entertainment chairman. Chris was responsible for having or procuring our MC tonight. Evelyn Bibb, productions chairman. She was responsible for the production tonight, the choreography, the chronology, and the continuity. Miss Stevie Mitchell, speakers and rules chairman. She wrote up the rules, had them printed, was responsible for their distribution, and she was responsible for the speakers that went out and spoke to you at the various living groups. Ginger Barth, awards chairman. She was responsible for the awards you see in front of you on stage tonight. Jim Whitsett, tickets and credentials. He was responsible for having the tickets drawn up, printed, and the credentials you see on the chairman in front of you. Miss Rosalie Sass, in charge of approvals. Without her, there wouldn't be a Spring Sing tonight because we have to go through all sorts of channels in order to, you have to sign your life away to get the pavilion and sign your life away to do this and to do that. She was invaluable. Miss Debbie Oles and Miss Ginny Stahl, who you will meet later, they will be on stage now. They are our judging chairman. A little later in the program, they will introduce the judges to you. Thank you, Executive Committee. Every year, it is customary that Spring Sing be dedicated to an individual who has brought honor and recognition to UCLA. This year, there was no question as to whom this person should be. Because 1966 is the beginning of a new era for Spring Sing, and because this year's theme is Back Where the Action Is, this dedication tonight is most significant. We hope this person has brought the beginning of a new era to UCLA in the field of athletics. We know that he has helped to bring the action back home to UCLA, and to recognize the admirable characteristic of the indomitable will to win against great odds, we are pleased to present this dedication to you, Mr. Tommy Prothro.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. It's quite an honor to be recognized at such an outstanding and wholesome student activity. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
As I mentioned to you before in the introduction of the Executive Committee members, Ms. Ginny Stahl and Debbie Olds were our judging chairmen. I would like to call them up to the podium at this time to introduce to you the magnificent line of judges we have here tonight to help us choose who will be the best and the finest in Spring Sing 1966. Ms. Debbie Olds and Ms. Ginny Stahl.
Good evening. Debbie and I, too, would like to extend our welcome to all of you this evening, and we would like to extend a very special welcome to 17 very distinguished guests, our judges for the Spring Sing 1966. We would like to introduce these judges to you now in alphabetical order, beginning with Miss Edie Adams. Miss Adams, the well-known comedian, singer, and dramatic actress, began her musical career as a student of the Juilliard School of Music. Since then, she has gone on to achieve fame in almost every medium of the entertainment field. Film appearances include the Oscar, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and Under the Yum Yum Tree. Miss Adams has made numerous TV appearances and received 2 Emmy nominations for her set of specials. Leading roles in both dramatic and musical shows on the Broadway stage have also won her coveted awards, such as the Tony Award for Little Abner in 1961. To add to her list of achievements, Miss Adams received the 1961 award as Commercial Spokeswoman of the Year. Miss Edie Adams.
James Darren, our second judge, is one of the hottest young stars in the entertainment business today. Yeah. Film credits include Operation Madball, The Gene Krupa Story, The Guns of Navarone, Diamond Head, and of course Gidget Goes Hawaiian, and the most recent Gidget Goes to Rome. Mr. Darren also loves to sing, and several of his releases have hit the bestseller lists, notably Goodbye Cruel World and His Royal Majesty. Mr. Darren is now under long-term contract to Columbia Pictures. James Darren.
Our next judge, Mr. Barry Friedman, is a producer of rock and roll records and promoter of rock and roll groups such as Freddie Cannon and the new and upcoming group, The New Society. Mr. Friedman is one of a new crop of record producers and is now busy experimenting with new forms of contemporary music, along with introducing jazz and folk types to the top 40 music, Mr. Barry Friedman.
Where's the light? Oh, no.
There I am.
The prototype of the colorful American male describes our next judge, Mr. James Garner, one of the most sought-after leading men in motion pictures today. He has set many entertainment records, including appearing in 6 major motion pictures in the past 2 years and grossing over $36 million since 1963. Recent film appearances include Duel at Diablo, The Children's Hour, The Americanization of Emily, and The Great Escape. In the film industry, he is famed for his versatility in performing both dramatic and musical roles with equal ease. Mr. Garner leaves next month for his next film adventure, The Grand Prix, which will be filmed all over Europe. Mr. James Garner.
Ernest Gold, our next judge, is the Academy Award-winning composer-conductor of the musical score for Exodus, as well as It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, On the Beach, Judgment at Nuremberg, and The Defiant Ones. He has received wide acclaim for his concert work with Songs of Love and Parting. Mr. Gold's first piano concerto was performed at Carnegie Hall, and he has received further recognition with his distinguished writing for the Young Philadelphians for Warner Brothers Studios, Mr. Ernest Gold.
Roosevelt Greer, or as he is commonly known by his fans, Rosie Greer, rose to fame in the sports world as a star for the New York Giants. Mr. Greer entered show business through the recording industry, cutting such discs as Sincerely. He is now under contract to Columbia Records and has several hits to his credit, and among them his own compositions. Mr. Rosie Greer.
Our next judge, Mr. Neil Hefty, the well-known RCA Victor recording artist, is a composer and conductor of such film scores as Sex and the Single Girl, Synanon, How to Murder Your Wife, Harlow, Lord Love a Duck, Boing Boing, and the soon-to-be-released Duel at Diablo, starring Mr. James Garner. He is the composer of such songs as Cute, Little Darlin', Coral Reef, and Girl Talk, for which he received a Grammy nomination. Mr. Hefty is the owner of 5 gold records, and his smash hit Batman is sure to win him a 6th this year. Born in Nebraska, Neil Hefty resides in Encino with his wife and 2 children. Mr. Neil Hefty.
Maurice Jarre, the world-famous composer and conductor, has done most of his work in the European theater. Added to the numerous awards he has received abroad is the 1963 American Oscar for Lawrence of Arabia and an Oscar nomination for Sundays in Sibel in 1964. He has also done musical scores for 8 American movies, including The Longest Day, Behold a Pale Horse, The Collector, and the current hit Dr. Zhivago, for which he received the Golden Globe Award this year. Also to his credit, Mr. Jarre has approximately 7 concerts, 4 ballets, 26 French movies, and personal appearances in 31 countries. In September of last year, Mr. Jarre began work on a musical comedy starring another one of our judges, his wife, Miss Danny Saval. Mr. Maurice Jarre.
Talent and musicianship are the key descriptions for Johnny Mann, our next judge. During the 1958-59 season, he was the conductor for the George Gobel Comedy Show. Besides winning a Grammy Award for the Best Chorus Album of the Year, he has had much recognition for his radio and television commercial creations. Orchestration for full-length films such as Texas Lady and Street Without Law and the formation of the Johnny Mann Singers have made Mr. Mann and his choral group internationally recognized as one of the best in the business. Mr. Johnny Mann.
Probably known to most of you as Dr. Rossi of the popular TV series Peyton Place is Ed Nelson, our next judge. An accomplished actor, Mr. Nelson has appeared on many favorite television shows, including Maverick, Wagon Train, Alfred Hitchcock, The Virginian, and The Fugitive, to list only a few. Mr. Nelson has also appeared in the motion picture entitled Soldiers in the Rain. Mr. Ed Nelson.
Our next judge, Mr. Jack Palance, has achieved fame in almost every medium of the entertainment field, and we feel he really needs no introduction. Mr. Jack Palance.
Our next judge is Mr. Nelson Riddle, the renowned arranger, conductor, and orchestrator. To his credits, he has countless albums, motion pictures, and television programs. As musical conductor for Little Abner and Can-Can, he received 2 Oscar nominations. His most recent motion picture achievements include Paris When It Sizzles, What a Way to Go, Harlow, and Marriage on the Rocks. He has done many TV spectaculars and is currently working on a very familiar program to you, Batman. Mr. Riddle has received the Exhibitors Award and Downbeat's Best Orchestrator Arranger in Motion Pictures and Best Scoring and Production Numbers for Pal Joey. Mr. Nelson Riddle.
New on the American filmmaking set is Miss Donnie Saval, our next judge. Miss Saval has received acclaim as one of France's top actresses. She is also well known as a radio and TV personality in Europe. She has cut several records and appeared on the concert and dance stage abroad. Her first American motion picture role was as the feminine lead in Walt Disney's Moon Pilot. Miss Donnie Saval.
Robert and Richard Sherman, our next 2 judges, rose to fame as the composers of Mary Poppins, for which they won the Academy Award for the Best Original Motion Picture Score and the Best Song, Chim Chim Cherie, in 1965, the Sherman Brothers.
Our next judge, Mr. Neil Travis, is a motion picture film editor at Paramount Studios. Mr. Travis recently finished the music editing of Otto Preminger's In Harm's Way, in addition to his work on several TV series such as Bonanza and The Outlaws. He has also appeared in several legitimate stage productions with the Paramount Theater Group. Mr. Travis was a student at UCLA majoring in theater arts and sang in Spring Sing one year himself. He is currently working on the motion picture, Oh Dad, Poor Dad, Mama's Hung You in the Closet and I'm Feeling So Sad. Mr. Neil Travis.
Meredith Wilson is our next judge, who is known to all as the Music Man, entered his professional career with John Sousa and began conducting and composing himself in 1929. Since then, Mr. Wilson has gone on to achieve fame in almost every phase of the entertainment field. Only a few of his popular numbers include May the Good Lord Bless and Keep You and the musical score for the unsinkable Molly Brown. Mr. Mr. Wilson is best known for his Broadway and film smash hit, The Music Man, which received approximately 10 major awards and is ranked one of the 5 longest-running musical plays on Broadway in Broadway's history. He also enjoys appearing with his wife, Rennie, in both concert and television. Outside the musical field, Mr. Wilson has made equal contributions. He was presented with the National Big Brothers Award, plus the annual Humanitarian Award of the National Father's Day Committee by the late President Kennedy. Mr. Meredith Wilson. And now, on behalf of the Spring Sing Executive Committee and the students of UCLA, Jenny and I would like to take this opportunity to formally thank all of our wonderful judges for being here this evening. We hope you enjoy the show, and thank you again so much for coming.
Thank you, Ginny and Debbie, and thank you to our fine judges. In the past years, we have been fortunate to have a man who has been very active in choral work as one of our judges. His name in the music business has become synonymous with singers and choral arrangements, and so we think it is most fitting and proper to have as our Master of Ceremonies this evening, Mr. Ray Conniff of Capitol Records. Mr. Ray Conniff.
Thank you very much and good evening. Wait till Columbia Records hears about this. They'll think I've changed contracts overnight. Wow, when I hear this list of judges, I wonder, what am I doing up here as the MC? We've got so much talent in this judging row back here that I feel like I should bow down and get one of them up here. But I'll carry on. I said I'd do it, so I'll do my very best. You know, when I first found out I was going to be associated with the Spring Sing this year, I said to myself, well, I'm going to be prepared this time, and I'm not going to freeze to death, so I went out and I got myself all the sweaters I could find, an overcoat, muffler, earmuffs, gloves, got out my extension cord from the garage and an electric blanket. What happened? I thought this thing was traditionally at the bowl. You've got a roof here and everything now. This is great. It's a good thing, too, because it's pretty cool out there tonight. I drove by the bowl earlier. We'd be freezing to death. Do you remember one year I was one of the judges there, and it was so cold. I remember I turned to Percy Faith, and I asked him what he had voted on, which group he had voted on the last performance, and he said, 6. It was really, would you believe that? Would you believe it if I told you it was 30 degrees? It was pretty cold. Well, you know, I'm very proud to be a part of the Spring Sing, and I've always been happy to do my part in the judging, and I'm always happy to be part of anything that furthers music and choral work. And, just getting together and singing and that sort of thing. And, you know, this reminds me, MCs are supposed to tell stories. I thought of one story while I was sitting back here. I'm not really an MC in the true sense of the word. I must say that this is about my first attempt as an MC. I usually feel very comfortable on a stage if I've got an orchestra and chorus behind me, because no matter what I say, I can turn around and give a downbeat and all's forgiven, you know. But I did think of one thing that might seem humorous to you. I was working back in New York a short while back, well, actually it was a few years back, and I was just getting rolling real well in the music business. Mitch Miller had sort of taken me under his wing, and I was writing background arrangements for different artists at Columbia, and I got on a sort of a winning streak, and it seemed like everything I was touching was turning to gold, and all the records were really clicking, becoming big sellers. And a very good friend of mine had a small publishing company, and he said, gee, Ray, if you could just come over and do some arrangements for me. I've got a little undiscovered vocal group, and if you do some arrangements and rehearse them and get them to perform on record, he says, I think I could have a hit. So I went over. We had a meeting with these young boys. There were 4 of them, and they were pretty green. And you know, these are usually a big headache for arrangers because they usually can't read a note of music, and you've got to teach them note by note by note. It just takes hours. So I was sort of feeling my way along on this thing. I didn't want to get hooked on it and get into something I didn't want to be into. So I turned to one of the boys and I said, we were talking about music and different things, and I said, tell me, how is your reading? Can you read? And this kid was pretty far out. He says, well, yeah, man, pretty good. And so I thought, well, maybe it isn't going to be so bad after all. You know, if he can read, as he said, pretty good, maybe the others could read pretty good too, and we'd get along okay. Well, I went home and I did the arrangements and came back a few days later with the arrangements, and we met in the office there and we started rehearsing, and it was nothing. You know, we were getting nowhere. We were 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, and we hadn't even got through the first 4 bars of the introduction. I was just trying to teach it to them note by note, you know. So finally I was getting a little hacked, so I turned to this one fellow that said they could read, and I said, what goes? When I talked to you the other day, you said that you could read. And he says, well, yeah, man. He said, but I thought you meant like English. Well, anyway, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that. That'll give you a sample of what you're stuck with as an MC tonight. I hear Jay Meyer out there. Good, I've got one friend. That laugh, I couldn't miss it. You know, a couple of years back in 1962, I went back to Sweden with my wife, and it was a real pleasure back there to see that when the people get together, they have an occasion there, midsummer, and they all get together and they sing, and it's really wonderful. The Swedish people all seem to be quite more adapted to singing music in the home than we are, and it was really a wonderful experience. They all play guitars and piano, and they all sing when they sit down and sing a song, they sing in 4-part harmony, you know, all the parts. They don't just sing in unison, and they get the songs out and read them. So this is going to be kind of like old home night for me tonight. Good evening, sir. How are you? It's going to be like old home night for me, hearing all this singing. And I'm going to get started here. And by the way, they've got me a lot of cards. Let's see. Well, this is good. It starts out with number 2. We got to change the whole program. I start out with number 2. Change all the music. Must be here somewhere. Yeah, here we are. They've written everything on cards for me, so I don't have a thing to worry about. So anything I say is not necessarily my opinion or the opinion of the faculty. And if I mispronounce any of your fraternity houses or anything, bear with me. I only went through 8th grade myself. So we're going to start the first group is an instrumental group. Alpha Chi Omega, Phi Delta Theta, Sigma Nu, Tau Epsilon Phi, Dykstra Hall, and Commuters proudly present the Many-Mouthed Minority singing Rider and You Are On My Mind. Give me some traveling music. I'm leaving.
Your sweet daddy moving in your arms. Well, the sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. Well, the sun's gonna shine on my back door someday. Cold winds from the river gonna blow my troubles away.
I'm going down by the river, gonna take my rocking chair away. I'm going down by the river, gonna take my rocking chair away. If the river doesn't carry me, gonna rock my blues away.
Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. Well, I know you right are gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss your sweet daddy moving in your arms. You're gonna miss your sweet daddy moving in your arms. Got up this morning, you were on my mind, and you were on my mind. Went to the corner just to ease my pain, and just to ease my pain. Well, I got drunk and well, I got sick and well, I came home again. I got a feeling way down in my shoes, and way down in my shoes. I got to move on, I got to travel, to walk away my blues. This morning, you were on my mind, and you were on my mind. I got some aches and I got some pains and I got some wounds to bind.
I like that. That's good. Boom, boom. Ba-da-dum. I have an announcement to make. The management requests that there be no smoking or eating on the arena level. Doesn't say anything about drinking here. I guess you can get smashed if you want, but... just as long as you don't smoke or eat. Well, the next card, number 2, says, spring is when life is refreshed. Spring is when hope is yet seen. Spring is in the skies, and Delta, Delta, Delta says, spring is when the red, red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing along. But the robin soon leaves its nest, and a different mood of spring is revealed, for spring is a time of movement. The Tri-Deltas depict this mood in their second song, a love ballad entitled He's Going Away. The Tri-Delta Quartet song leader, Betsy Barnett.
When the red, red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing along, along, there'll be no more sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Wake up, you sleepyhead, get up, get out of bed, cheer up, the sun is red. Live, love, laugh, and be happy. If I've been blue, now I'm walking through red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing a red, red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing along. Hey, wake up, you sleepy head, hey, get out of bed, for the sun is red. When the red, red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing along, bob, 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 bobbing along, there'll be no more robin when he starts singing his song, bob, 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 bobbing along. Wake up, you sleepy head, get up, get up, get out of bed, cheer up, the sun is red, live, love, and laugh and be happy. If I've been blue, now I'm walking through fields of flowers. Rain may glisten, but still I listen for hours and hours. I'm just a kid again, doing what I did again, singing a song. When the red, red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing along, bob, 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 bobbing along. When the red, red robin comes bob, bob, bobbing, just singing a song, singing a song, singing a song, bob, 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 bobbing along, singing a song, bob, 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 bobbing along, singing a song, singing a song, singing a song, bob, bobbing along.
We might have a little delay here between numbers. The fellows have just informed me that we have to move a mic or two sometimes between the numbers, so I hope you'll bear with us. The next group is in the oddball department, and they've given me an introduction to read here that's interesting. It's that delightful time of year again, that favorite of all seasons, spring. And the men of Delta Sigma Phi would like to take you down to the park to reminisce a bit about one of the delightful pastimes the coming of spring affords us all. Song leader Gary Rouse and Pigeons in the Park. Delta Sigma Phi.
It's a communist plot. Do not be taken in by those fine, feathery friends of ours which fly in the skies above. They are merely a front for an international scheme to undermine our national heritage and deface and destroy our statues. Hear, hear. Remember when the communists said they will bury us? They did not specify what they would bury us under. Therefore, I urge you all, be realistic and realize that this is a communist conspiracy.
Say, listen, I think birds are sweet. You silly goose. I mean, what they ever do to
Spring is here.
Spring is here. Life is Skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Course you do. There's one thing that makes spring complete for me and makes every Sunday a treat for me. Seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with cyanide. The sun's shining bright, everything seems alright when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. La 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 la. Hey!
We've gained notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games.
They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant names.
But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So if Sunday you're free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the park. A squirrel or two as we poison the pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amid laughter and merriment. Except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of spit. chicken and bring feed to a pigeon.
It just takes a smidgen
To poison a pigeon in the park.
Well, I'm scouting for talent tonight. I'm listening to everything and watching everything, and I'll tell you one thing, I got my eye on that piano player. I didn't think he was going to get out of that one vamp there. He kept going, groove, chunk, 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 chunk. That's the kind of stuff we can use on record. Next is an instrumental group from Reba Hall. They're presenting the crowd, performing an original composition, Summer's Morning, and an arrangement of an old folk song, Nancy Whiskey. Song leader, Rich Kopp, Reba Hall Instrumental Group.
From sight as day was dawning, I recall how once I could see you there before me, and hear you say how you always would adore me. Now you're gone, but I know there'll come a time you'll miss me, and you will long to kiss me, and you will beg me, don't refuse to, and soft will be the light as I am waiting, and with one kiss you will stop my heart from breaking one summer's morning. But I know there'll come a time you'll miss me, Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. I like whiskey, Nancy. Oh, I've got silver in my pocket and I'm gonna follow wherever you go. I went down to London City, Nancy whiskey I chanced to spy. I went in, sat down beside her, 8 long years right by her side. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. I like whiskey, Nancy. Oh, I've got silver in my pocket and I'm gonna follow wherever you go. The more I kissed her, the more I loved her. The more I kissed her, the more she smiled. I forgot my mother's warning. Nancy soon had me beguiled. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. I like whiskey, Nancy. Oh, I've got silver in my pocket and I'm gonna follow wherever you go. Whiskey, whiskey, Nancy whiskey. I like whiskey, Nancy. Oh, I've got silver in my pocket and I'm gonna follow wherever you go.
Real fine, real fine. I like that group. How we doing on the mics here? I'm not supposed to do that, by the way. Not supposed to influence the judges. But they're pretty sharp out there. We don't have to tell them who to vote for. They know something good when they hear it. Now, what did I say was so funny there? You know, I always do that when I have concerts. I say something and everybody laughs, but I didn't think that was so funny. Let's see. Now we have a female chorus. That's for me. Phi beta phi, pi beta phi. Got to get these teeth fixed. Once the hills of Austria resounded with the notes do, re, mi. We're going to have something from Sound of Music. Today, the hills of Westwood echo the same notes, but different words. The members of Pi Beta Phi sorority have adapted the song to tell the story of life on the UCLA campus. That should be interesting. Huh, fellas? Song leader Kathy Hannawalt and the Pi Beta Phi female chorus.
UCLA.
That was real nice, Kathy. I like that one. That was great. You know, I think we ought to have a hand for Kelly James, our band leader here. It's a great sound. Kelly, how many men do you actually have there? Kelly, how many men do you have on stand? He hasn't counted them. How many? 34? 34. It's real fine, real great sound. When I dropped by this afternoon and they were doing some rehearsing, and they had some trumpet players back there popping the high Fs and high Gs, and trombone players hitting high Gs. There's some great men in that band. Now, I say great men. Now we have a mixed chorus from Reber Hall. The 7th floor men and the 2nd floor women of Reber Hall. Invite you back where the action is. Sort of thing. Seventh floor, 2nd floor women and the 7th floor men. They got a lot of room in between there, haven't they? Back to the days of George Washington and the American Revolution with Ralph Hunter's arrangement of Yankee Doodle. Song leader Glo Bradbury. Reber Hall, mixed chorus.
Father and I went down to camp, along with Captain Gooding. And there we saw the men and boys, as thick as hasty pudding.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Concord, Yorktown.
And there we saw 1,000 men as rich as Squire David, and what they wasted every day, I wish it could be saved. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Concord, Yorktown.
And there we saw 1,000 men as rich as Squire David, and what they wasted every day, I wish it could be saved. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men, I guess there was 1,000. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there we saw 1,000 men as rich as Squire David, and what they wasted every day, I wish it could be saved. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. And there was Captain Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men, I guess there was 1,000. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
One more time. No. Right. We got a boy on the ball back there. We can use him. That was real good. It's going to start getting tough now. I'm glad I'm not one of the judges. Glo Bradbury had that group. Very good. Now we have a male quartet, Alpha Gamma Omega. Quartet will sing two songs, I'm Not Alone and Ezekiel Saw the Wheel. Oh, this is serious. Really, this is a very serious number, I believe. Ezekiel Saw the Wheel. The latter expresses the power of God, the former his relevancy to our lives. Song leader, Leon Obian. Alpha Gamma Omega, male quartet.
So near to me, I'm not alone. It's His lovely face I see. Though shades of night make my path so dark I cannot see, I'm not afraid. For God is leading me. Though I may be far away or across the sea, I ask His will. He makes it so plain to me. So how can I reject this love I've won? Friends may be gone, but I'm not alone. Ood-wa-doo, ood-wa-doo, ood-wa-doom-doom-doom-doom. Ood-wa-doom. So how can I reject this love I've known? Friends may be gone, but I'm not Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. The big wheel run by faith, and the little wheel run by the grace of God. A wheel in a wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. Turning, 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 turning. Brother, you ought to have been there. Yes, my Lord. sitting in the kingdom to see the wheel in the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. The big wheel run by faith, and the little wheel, little wheel, little wheel, little wheel run by the grace of God. A wheel in the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. Turning, 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 turning. Sister, you ought to have been there. Yes, my Lord. Sitting in the kingdom to see the wheel in the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. The big wheel run by faith, and the little wheel, little wheel, little wheel, little wheel run by the grace of God. A wheel in the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheel a-turning way up in the middle of the air. The big wheel run by faith. 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 Little wheel, little wheel run by the grace of God. The grace of God. The wheel in the way up in the middle, up in the middle of the air. In the middle of the air.
Very pretty, very pretty. It's a nice sound. Almost all brass. No, you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got a row of saxophones too. About 6 saxes, 2 horns. Pretty good sound. I wonder if I could use that. Talk to Kelly after. Next group is an instrumental group called the Rogues, consisting of Don Keller, Harvey Hall, and Mike Rogozin. And they've been singing together for more than 2 weeks. They will perform 3 satirical songs which they wrote or adapted. Don't Think Twice, It's UCLA. Followed by 12 Lights on the Waffle. And their closing number is a good one. Sex Won't Rot Your Teeth. Song leader Don Keller, The Rogues.
No use in calling out my name, gal. It ain't Francis anymore. It ain't no use in calling out my name, gal. I'm CU 1562904. On the day I registered at UCLA, the IBM machine took my name away. I never did like Francis anyway.
Don't think twice, that's UCLA.
I'm walking down that long, lonesome road, gal. It's cold, it's early, and it's dark. I got a permit for the brand new parking lot on the outskirts of Monterey Park. When the rooster crows at the break of dawn, I'll be getting up for my class at 1. Whoever said commuting wasn't any fun?
Don't think twice, that's UCLA.
The other night, when we were taking our usual stroll through the botanical gardens, we suddenly looked up and saw a huge, grotesque monster with 12 gleaming eyes. It was the Social Science Building. The 12 eyes were lighted windows, and we wondered what was going on there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
12 lights on the waffle, shining so brightly it's sad. Behind each one's a professor, typing away like mad.
Publish or perish,
says each tiny light. How many lights on the waffle will shine tomorrow night? 11 lights on the waffle. One book is finished at last, and now the prof has 10 minutes to prepare for his next class.
publish or perish,
says each tiny light. How many lights on the waffle will shine tomorrow night?
According to the recent Surgeon General's report, smoking is bad for your health, and drinking is bad for you too. So on behalf of the President's Council on Physical Fitness, we would like to recommend to you a vice that is guaranteed to make a healthier and a happier you.
Sex won't rot your teeth like Coke will. Sex won't blacken your lungs like smoke will. Sex won't stop you from growing tall, ruin your liver like alcohol. It's fun, and that's all. Sex won't ruin your nerves like dope will. Sex won't sting your eyes like soap will. So come on, baby, share the wealth. Don't keep your body to yourself. Be known as one who promotes health. Sex won't rot your teeth.
The next group is a novelty group, a girls' novelty group. They're fraternities. The fraternities and friends invite you to go where the action is in American music and dance, from the Charleston to the go-go. Not ready? Yes, they're ready.
The 20s, with prohibition and gangsters, flappers and bathtub gin, was a wild madcap time to live in. The in-crowd of the 20s found their action in speakeasies and showed their post-war exuberance in the Charleston.
5'2", eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my girl? Turned up nose, turned down hose. anybody seen my girl? Now if you run into a 5'2", covered with fur, diamond rings and all those things, bet your life it isn't her. But could she love? Could she woo? Could she coo? Has anybody seen my girl?
In the era of the big bands with such names as Benny Goodman, Red Nichols, Glenn Miller, when they wore saddle shoes and bobby socks, the kids danced to the very newest action, ragtime, in the jitterbug.
I'll be down to get you in a taxi, honey. You better be ready about 8:30. Now, dearie, don't be late. I want to be there when the band starts playing. Remember when we get there, honey, the two-step, I'm gonna have them all. I'm gonna dance up both my shoes when they play those Jelly Roll blues. Tomorrow night at the Darktown Strutters Ball.
During the 50s, a Latin craze swept the country. The South American beat appeared in every musical comedy and in every major ballroom across the country, capturing the dancing feet of millions of Americans. The action of the day was the cha-cha.
Picture you upon my knee, just T for two and two for T, just me for you and you for me alone. Nobody near us to see us or hear us, no friends or relations on weekend vacations. We won't have it known, dear, that we own a telephone. Dear, we will raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Oh, can't you see how happy we would be?
Today, the beat is wilder and louder. Millions of parents decry the discotheque craze which has captured the youth of America in 1966. Characterized by deafening drums and twanging guitars, the go-go dancing, despite the tears of parents and educators, is where the action is.
Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. It's so neat to meet you, baby, where the action is. In every little town across the USA, there's a spot where the people go most every day. Just leave all your problems and get away. Come on down and listen to the guitar play. Dance, dance, dance when you hear that beat. Woo! Dance, 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 get up off of your seat. Woo! Dance, 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 let your backbone slip. Let's go to the place on the Sunset Strip. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. It's so neat to meet you, baby, where the action is.
Let's go where the action is.
If all day long you've been waiting to dance, well, all night long you're gonna have your chance. So don't sit at home just twiddling your thumbs. You can't resist the sound of the striving drums. Dance, dance, dance when you hear that beat. Woo! Dance, 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 get up off of your seat. Woo! Dance, 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 let your backbone slip. Let's go to the place on the Sunset Strip. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. Oh, baby, come on. Let me take you where the action is. It's so neat to meet you, baby, where the action is.
I forgot to mention on that group, the song leaders were Carmen Hackett and Adina Nickberg. The women of Sigma Kappa and the men of Alpha Gamma Omega sing the enchantment and beauty of spring. The Sweetheart Tree and the Ifkus Castle are a musical portrait for the romance and imagination which spring inspires. Song leader Leon Obian, Sigma Kappa Alpha Gamma Omega, mixed chorus.
sweetheart tree. Come and carve your name next to mine. They say if you kiss the right sweetheart, the one you've been waiting for, big blossoms of white will burst into sight, and your love will be true evermore. They say if you kiss the right sweetheart, the one you've been waiting for, big blossoms of white will burst into sight, and your love will be true evermore. Across the plain of golden green, a young boy can be plainly seen. A hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. But no, 'tis not a boy at all. 'Tis Ithaca's castle spire so tall. A hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water.
Across the plain, across the plain,
Across the plain, a golden train, a young boy can be plainly seen. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Across the plain, a golden train, a young boy can be plainly seen. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Swiftly tumbling water. But no, 'tis not a boy at all. 'Tis Ithaca's castle spire so tall. A hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Hoo-ya, hoo-ya, hoo-ya-ya, swiftly tumbling water. Ah, hoo-ya!
Beautiful melody, Hank Mancini. I think he's one of the greatest writers of our time. He's written some beautiful things lately, hasn't he? Real great. The next group is a girls' chorus from Hershey Hall, and they'd like to present the traditional English folk song, When Love is Kind. It's a sprightly description of what love must and mustn't do in order to acquire the young lady's interests. Well, I'll have to listen to this myself. Esther Cipra is the song leader on this one. Girls' chorus, Hershey Hall.
When
Informed me they have a few mic changes on this one here. The next one is a 6-minute skit, and it's in the oddball division. Today's critics of modern radio broadcasting pine for the days when radio was king, when the Green Hornet and Guy Lombardo ruled the airwaves. Listen, don't go wrong with that Guy Lombardo. He's still doing pretty well. He'll be going when they can't remember who Ray Conniff was. Phi Epsilon Pi has decided to show us just what we missed as they take us back to the golden days of radio. Song leader Greg Gordon, Phi Epsilon Pi. Carry on.
People have been saying that radio is dead, that radio's so-called golden era of the 1930s and 40s was the greatest in broadcasting history. In keeping with the theme of this year's Spring Sing, the brothers of Phi Epsilon Pi fraternity take you back where the action was, back to the golden days of radio, to reflect on the rich heritage those early broadcasters left us. Late in the evening, when you turned your radio on, you were bound to come across a typical program of that golden era. One of the popular big bands of the day, broadcasting live from an actual hotel ballroom. And somehow, on those shows, the announcer always sounded something like this.
And good evening. Good evening once again out there along the radio airwaves. Yes, friends, right indeedy. Live and direct from the beautiful Marathon Ballroom, located high atop the crumbling ruins of the Hotel Cholesterol. The National Bed-Busting Company is slouching your way the revolting rhythms of Bobby Blimp and the Inflatables. Friends, it makes you want to kill music, doesn't it, though? Yes, friends, direct to you out there from the fashionable Welton Beckett Ballroom. It's the music of Les Butterball and his 10 Little Indians, playing and swaying once again his lovely music for your sleeping pleasure. Now, friends, to open up our little program of singable, swingable, horrible melodies, here's America's croon and swoon king, Cuddly Calvin Coolidge, asking the musical question, hello, Dolly?
Every little breeze seems to whisper Louise. Birds in the trees seem to crumple and sneeze. Each little rose wilts by her nose. I love you, Louise. Ease your disease.
Thank you, friends. Thank you very much. There he goes, dropping measures again. And isn't he lovely, ladies and gentlemen? And in case you're just joining our jerky jamboree, I want to tell you that the Marshmallow Bum Rushing Company is heaving your way the hair-curling selections of Cookie Crumble and his chocolate chips. Right here, coming to you once again from the world-famous Walter Jenkins Tunnel of Love. As all you good boys and girls know, it's just a short 2.5-hour swim across Lake Ontario. Directly across the river from the mouth-watering bat fields of the 1934 Mississippi State Fairgrounds, just outside the city limits of Atlantic City, New Jersey, where the surf meets the boardwalk to form a disaster area. Yes, friends, another 18 solid hours of pranceable, danceable static on your radio. So roll up your rug, tear down your walls, burn up your chairs, and beat up your mother as we send your way a tune or two for your belching pleasure. Now, friends, it's time for the vocal group that's been sweeping the studio. Here they are, the Fried Pipers, answering the musical question. Yes, this is Dolly.
In some secluded rendezvous, while watching Garbage in Review, two people sharing a delightful vat of chicken fat and cocktails for two, as we enjoy a cigarette. There's one sure thing that you can bet, we'll surely drink them down with no regrets, and stoned we'll get on cocktails for two, cocktails for two, cocktails. 4, 2. Ra-da.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And aren't they lovely people? Aren't they, really? Oh, I see by the old clock on the wall that it's time for us to fold up our tents and silently steal away. So, until next week at this very same time, same station, it's toodaloo, cheerio, flip-flop, see you later, arrivederci. So long, be good, gilded lily, rotten apples, no blemishes.
Well, that was radio in its heyday. Of course, the chaos of the olden golden days of radio has been replaced in today's radio by a much more sophisticated sound.
Hi there, Rockin' Robbie, talking at you from station KLOD, Painted Radio Clyde. With the Rockin' Robbie Show, the #1 program and the #1 station and the #1 city is rated by the #1 rating service, Numbers Incorporated, owned and operated by radio station KLOD. For the big Clyde weather wire, here's the present temperature for our town and vicinity. For our town, 127. For vicinity, 19. And now on to part 2 of the Rockin' Robbie Show and yesterday's predicted hit. A record never even played before yesterday, and already it's a big 565 on the big Clyde Succulent 600 survey and rising fast. Here he is, Rocky Gibraltar, with his supersonic recording of My Grandmother Was a Rolling Stone.
Rock, 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 everybody. Roll, 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 everybody. Rock, 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 everybody. Roll, 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 everybody. Rock your body or you're alive. We're gonna rock and roll all night. Hooray for radio. Although some people say it's got to go, but nowhere else can you hear music blaring with no one caring, as long as it brings in the dough. When you get down to it, it hasn't changed a bit. That's radio.
Don't touch that dial!
Radio.
Stay tuned and smile!
Well, good job, fellas. Well, if everybody backstage here has deserted me, all of the brass is gone, and my program says intermission. And I always like to announce it when it's intermission because we were on the road one time in a college tour, and it came to intermission, and everybody started going home. They were out in the parking lot getting in their cars, and we had to all go out after them. So I'm announcing now this is intermission. There's more to this show, and we'll see you after intermission. And don't forget about that no smoking and eating on the arena floor. Okay? See you in a while. So long.
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all back to part 2 of Spring Sing 1966. The reason I'm out here is not essentially to reintroduce our Master of Ceremonies, which I'm going to do anyway, but I made a terrible mistake when I introduced him before, and I'm afraid we're going to get him in a lot of trouble unless we make some changes fast. Mr. Ray Conniff is from Columbia Records, not from Capitol Records. It was a slip. I'm very sorry. At this time, I'd like to present Mr. Ray Conniff from Columbia Records.
That's all right. All the record business is one happy family. I'm in a bad spot. They said the judges aren't all back. You're supposed to take 5 minutes. Well, I'll tell you what we could do. We have a thing that we've done on some concerts that we have some fun with sometimes. Would you like to have a little sing-along? No? Who said no? Unless I could conduct a band for a number or something, I can't think of what I could do for 5 minutes. Do you know this tune? Memories are made of this. I like it very much. We had a big record. I got a gold record for it. It's one of my favorite tunes. What's that? Oh, we don't have a band. They're singing the next number. No electric piano? Well, listen, why don't we just all sort of sit here for 5 minutes? You know, that's not bad either, is it? Evidently, the band is singing the next number. Well, let's see. Wouldn't it be great now if I was a real MC and had a lot of stories? Hey, I'll tell you a story I heard. I didn't laugh at this myself, but maybe you'll think it's funny. This fella came into a bar. He sat down with a friend of his, and he ordered a drink, and his friend ordered a drink, and after he was sitting there a couple of minutes, he reached in his pocket, and he took out a little mouse, and he set him up on the bar. And then he reached into another pocket, and he took out a little bit of a piano, and he set that up on the bar beside the mouse. And he reached in another pocket, and he picked out a little bit of a piano stool, and he put that down. He set the mouse up on the piano stool, and the mouse started playing these concertos and things, and he played for a while, and all the patrons were just astounded. And then he reached in another pocket, and he took out a little canary bird and set the canary up on top of the piano, and the canary started singing all these great operas and arias from the operettas and so forth. And everybody was just amazed. And the owner of the restaurant and bar came up to this fellow. He says, "Gee, that's a great act you got there. I'd like to get it in here all the time. Think of the business I'd do." He said, "Will you sell the act?" And the fellow says, "Oh, no, I just couldn't part with it. It's too close to me." So, he kept upping the price and upping the price and upping the price. So finally, the guy couldn't resist. So he finally sold the act to the fellow at the bar. So he said goodbye and shook hands, and he walked out the door with his friend. And when he got out on the sidewalk, he just started breaking up laughing. He was going into convulsions. He was holding his sides. And his friend said, "What are you laughing about?" And he said, "Boy, did I take that guy back in that restaurant there, that restaurant owner." He said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, you know that canary on the top of the piano? He can't sing a note. The mouse is a ventriloquist." Well, that took 3 minutes. Okay, we'll have a roll call on the judges. Are the judges back? They are. Very good. That's fine. Okay, now I have up here a male chorus. Kappa Kappa Psi. The men of Kappa Kappa Psi, under the direction of Terry Ketchum, present the Whiffenpoof song in the tradition of last year's Spring Sing. Here we go.
as we
Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today, madam. For last evening, down in Lover's Lane, she did stray. When she woke up and found that her love was gone, she ran to the man who had led her so far along. Madam,
Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today.
from under her velvet gown, she drew a pistol and shot her lover down, madam. And the mob came and took her from the jail and hung her on the old willow across the way. But the moment before she died, she lifted her lovely head and cried, Madam,
Miss Otis regrets she's unable to lunch today. I'm sorry now I killed you, for our love was something fine. Until they come to get me, I shall hold your hand, hold your hand, hold your hand, hold your hand in mine.
We've got to change a few mics around here. You know, when the fella played the horn note at the beginning of the other number, it made me think of something. Did you ever get into one of those situations where you got to laughing, you know, and you just couldn't make a sound, but something very funny happened? I remember one time my wife and I went to one of the children's a concert they were having at school with a chorus and an orchestra, you know. She was in about the 7th grade. You can imagine what the orchestra was like. And she said, oh, I don't want to go. I said, oh, let's go. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll hear the kids playing the instruments, you know. So we went to this thing, and I insisted on getting right down in the front row, you know. Got to be right where the action is. So we get seated down in the front row, and we sit there, and as the kids file in, you know, the usual thing, somebody trips over and knocks the cello over and that sort of thing. And that started me off right in the beginning. I started giggling before they even got started. And then this woman came in, the conductor, and she tapped on the music stand like this and put her hands up, and she pointed. They had 3 trumpet players, and she pointed the first trumpet player. It was probably about 7th or 8th grade. She pointed the first trumpet player to hit A, and he goes, He couldn't find A. So she gave up on him. She pointed to the second guy, and he goes, Out of the 3 trumpet players, not one of them could hit an A. And I started this big thing go, you know, with a handkerchief, and we got trapped. And then they went into Jingle Bells. And I'm telling you, in all the time I've been in the music business or in this world, I've never heard anything that sounded so weird in all my life. And the 2 of us got laughing, you know. We got the handkerchiefs out like, you know, like we're coughing. And here's all of these people, the mothers and fathers of these children. They're proud of them. We got the giggles, and we couldn't stop. And she snuck out, and we were in the front row. She started going down the aisle. I said, traitor. But I'm telling you, those are great things, aren't they, when you get those belly laughs? Well, anyway, fellas, remember that next time you hit a horn note. I don't know why I talk so much. I'd be much better off if I just come out and read these things. The next thing is a novelty group. Oh, I know why I talk. They told me I had to kill some time. That's right. I've got a friend out there. Thank you, Mother. What thoughts pop into your perverted little minds when you hear the titillating words Los Angeles? Perhaps the close-knit, friendly, personal atmosphere of a small-town college like UCLA. That'll go over big. Or brave, virile, strapping young men who haunt Hollywood in search of brave, virile, and strapping young men. That was pretty smart. They put the second young man on the other side of the page. Say now, say. Anyway, we're here tonight to sing a few phrases of our town. Novelty group, song conductor Mitch Triger, Alpha Epsilon Phi Zeta Beta Tau. Go.
Sunset Strip to Malibu, to the Stimson Forest Lawn, to the old man at Alvera Street, we dedicate this song. We will run our mayor for governor, just to keep our city clean, and to tell the world how proud we are of the action-packed LAC. Old man, and you can always go downtown, drunk degenerate to the Zoslavs is what you'll always find. Downtown. Last night at Pershing Square I joined the Prohibition rally, but this morning, dear, I found you face down in the alley, drinking some booze. If you want salvation, you can stop at Main Street Mission, or you can see a strip show if it's something else you're wishing. How can you lose? The lights are much redder there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown, where all the action is downtown. Sleep in a dump with a view. If you turn through the city, I got a spot that you should see. If you miss it, it's a pity, especially when admission's free. 40-foot towers, glass and garbage, a wonder that they're standing at all. Now artists, by the hundreds, try to stack their rubbish that tall. If you want to have a housewarming, learn quick ways to open your firm. Set up in Watts by the towers. What a lovely way to burn. It gives me fever. What a lovely way to burn. It gives me fever. What a lovely way to burn. Oh, give me grass, lots of grass under soggy skies above. In Forest Lawn, see a swan lay an egg on the grave of one you love. In Forest Lawn, the dress of your departure like a stage production, with every new technique and funeral instruction, complete with Michelangelo and reproduction. In Forest Lawn, and if someday you get bored, there's a tour that you can take. In Forest Lawn, buy some beer, pack a lunch, have a picnic by the lake. In Forest Lawn, and after they have finished their indoctrination, you can make a date for a consultation and help set up the plans for your own cremation. In Forest Lawn.
We have a few props to move around here. At the intermission, I had the pleasure of saying hello to my good friends Bob and Dick Sherman. They, of course, as you know, wrote the music to Mary Poppins. And I had the pleasure of meeting Bob's lovely wife, and I think she came up with one of the prize lines of the evening. She says that when she'll be introduced to people, they'll say, we'd like you to meet Mrs. Bob Sherman, and as they'll exchange courtesies, invariably the other woman or whoever it is will say, well, what does your husband do? And she'll say, well, he's a songwriter. And they'll say, well, what has he written? And she said, well, would you believe Mary Poppins? Well, I thought it was funny. I mean, but you never can tell. Next group. Like I said before, if I'd keep quiet, things would go much better. Just read the cards, Ray. That's all. That's what they gave you the cards for. Okay, the next group is an instrumental group, 7 a-comin'. American folk songs follow the course of American history. The songs this group will sing represent 2 stages. The first song is taken from the film How the West Was Won and is about the pioneer movement. The second, Hey Nellie Nellie, is a contemporary song with a Civil War theme, expressing the continual struggle for equality. Song conductor Harry Gunther and 7 a-comin', instrumental group.
Promised land, bound for the promised land. Oh, who will come and go with me? We are bound for the promised land. Promised land, a land of plenty, rich and gold. Here came dreamers with Bible, fist and guns, bound for land. Across the plains their wagons rolled.
People, they'll say, we'd like you to meet Mrs. Bob Sherman, and as they'll exchange courtesies, invariably the other woman or whoever it is will say, well, what does your husband do? And she'll say, well, he's a songwriter. And they'll say, well, what has he written? And she said, well, would you believe Mary Poppins? Well, I thought it was funny. I mean, but you never can tell. Next group, like I said before, if I'd keep quiet, things would go much better. Just read the cards, Ray. That's all. That's what they gave you the cards for. Okay, the next group is an instrumental group, 7 a-comin'. American folk songs follow the course of American history. The songs this group will sing represent 2 stages. The first song is taken from the film How the West Was Won and is about the pioneer movement. The second, Hey Nellie Nellie, is a contemporary song with a Civil War theme, expressing the continual struggle for equality. Song conductor Harry Gunther and 7 a-comin', instrumental group.
Bound for the promised land, bound for the promised land. Oh, who will come and go with me? We are bound for the promised land. Promised land, a land of plenty, rich and gold. Here came dreamers with Bible, fist and guns, bound for land. Across the plains their wagons rolled, elephant for leather. That's how the West was won.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you
your daughter away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. And away, I'm bound away, cross the wide Missouri. We are bound for the promised land, bound for the promised land. Oh, who will come and go with me? We are bound for the promised land. Hey! Hey, Nellie, Nellie, come to the window. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, looky what I see. He's a-riding into town on a swayback mule. Got a long tall hat and he looks like a fool, but he sure is talking like he's been to school. And it's 1853. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, listen to what he's saying. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, he says it's getting late. And he says that black men should all be free to walk around the same as you and me. And he's talking about a thing called democracy. And it's 1858. Go! Hey, Nellie, Nellie, hear the band a playing. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, hand me down my gun. For the men are cheering and the boys are too, and they're all putting on their coats of blue. And I can't sit around here and talk to you. And it's 1861. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, now the fighting's over. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, I've come home alive. But my coat of blue is stained with red, and the man in the tall black hat is dead. But we sure will remember all the things he said. And it's 1865. Hey, Nellie, Nellie. Hey, Nellie, Nellie. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, come to the window. Hey, Nellie, Nellie, open up that door. I see black men and white men walking side by side. They are walking in a column that's a century wide. It's been a damn hard, bloody, hard, long, hard ride to 1966.
Ah, this is interesting. The next group has a Japanese number. If you ever get a chance to go to Japan, be sure to go to see the, what do they call it? Kabuki Theater. That's the wildest. You wouldn't believe it till you've seen it. My wife and I saw it once, and we didn't really believe when we got back to the hotel. We didn't believe what we had seen. We went again the next night to prove it. It's really the wildest thing we've ever seen. It's real weird. The University Cooperative Housing Association Quartet will sing Ueo Mweti Aruko in Japanese, which means with head up high. The song is better known as Sukiyaki. Song leader, Kachi Fang. Carry on. Traveling music.
sky, so they won't see all the tears that are in my eyes. No one will know I'm going through my first lonely night without you. As I walk along, the lonely winds seem to say, from this darkness on, all your nights will be this way. So I go on alone, pretending you're not gone. But I can't hide all the moments of love we knew, memories of you. As I go through my first lonely night without you.
Any changes to make? Is it okay to proceed? Next, in the oddball group, it says here, well, here they are, folks, bringing you 6 minutes of riotous laughter and explosive fun. The Southern California Marching Band, oddball group from Sproul Hall. Song leader Eddie Anderson.
Well, folks, if you haven't already noticed, we aren't really the Southern California Marching Band. Actually, we're the band that marched on Southern California this summer during the first annual Watts riots. Now, the name of our little group is the Chocolate Chips, with 2 vanilla snaps thrown in for token integration. And tonight we're going to sing for you a few of the marching songs and battle hymns that we sang during that first riot. Now, I hope that you enjoy our little performance, because we have singing for us probably 2 of the most decorated rioters to ever riot in the history of the universe. Now, both of these men were nominated by Mr. Elijah Muhammad himself for the Distinguished Service Cross. As Mr. Muhammad said, for actions above and beyond the call of Cassius Clay. All of these men were wounded in the Battle of Better Foods and in the Waste of Light Front. Not only that, but they have been nominated with the Order of the Black Beret. So right now they're going to sing for you a very tender ballad. A ballad that they sung to the owner of a pawn shop as they liberated all of his goods. So in every sense of the word, take it away, gents.
Here I stand, gun in hand, turn your face to the wall. We think your stuff is good enough, so baby, don't you stall. Hey, don't you hide
you are in Los Angeles, the city of the angels, with your faithful, your loyal, your benevolent Los Angeles Police Department. Unfortunately, the chief of that department cannot sing with us tonight, so we will sing his Riot Squad theme song for him.
Shotgun, shoot 'em if they run now. Shoot those thieves, baby. Shoot 'em right now. Put on your helmets. We're going down to South LA. We're messing with two mean cats. They're burning watch again today. So get a shotgun. Shoot 'em if they run now. Shoot those thieves, baby. Shoot 'em right now. First they burned a pawn shop, then a service station. Where is it gonna stop? They're hurting integration.
Folks, so imagine with me, if you possibly can, my terrible trio fleeing down the streets of southern Los Angeles, but fleeing happily because in their hands they contain loot, and in their mouths they contain the words to such songs as,
Here we come again, catch us if you can.
Folks, but the rest of Los Angeles wasn't so happy. All they could do was sit at home and bemoan the fact of the riots by singing such songs as,
We can't get no police protection. They're in watch for the insurrection.
But the song that they sang most often is the song that they sang as they fled down their own streets, a song that they will sing for you right now.
I have often fled down this street before, but the drugstore on the corner will be there no more. I just realized it's been oxidized by the gang on the street where I live. Policemen stop and stare, they don't bother me, because all I have to do is shout brutality. It will be a sight when I dynamite all the stores on the street where I live. Oh, the glorious feeling to see the flames shoot into the sky. Oh, smoldering feeling to see the soldiers as they go marching by. You may laugh and smile, 'cause it's over now. All the hoodlums and the punks have been put in the scow. But I hope you know that we soon may go to burn the stores on the street where you live.
Well, folks, I really didn't want to tell you who this dastardly duo is, but after singing a song like that, I'm afraid I'm going to have to. But maybe you've guessed who they are already. After all, who could blight your neighborhood in 30 seconds? Who else would have the nerve and audacity to tell you that crime actually does pay? Yes, it's everybody's arch enemy. Your man and mine, Holy Hominy Grits, Chili Chitlins, is Black Man. With his accomplice, the boy Plunder, rob 'em. So go slack 'em, Black Man, and rob 'em, rob 'em.
Sound man informs me we have to change a couple of mics again, so I have to read this slowly. Oh, we could repeat the closing playoff. Oh, I've killed enough time now. Mixed chorus next. Very fine mixed chorus. Ladies and gentlemen, Hedrick Hall now takes you back. Hedrick Hall takes you back to the action of Plantation America with the traditional Negro spiritual, Ride the Chariot. Song leader, John Anderson.
I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day, my Lord, my Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day, my Lord, my Lord.
Are you ready, my brother?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the chariot 'cause I'm ready to go. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day, my Lord, my Lord.
Are you ready, my sister?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm waiting for the chariot 'cause I'm ready to go.
Well, I never can forget that.
Ride in the chariot to see my Lord.
And when all my sins they were taken away.
Ride in the chariot to see my Lord.
You know my feet were snatched from that miry.
Ride in the chariot to see my Lord.
So now I serve my Lord to the judgment day.
Ride in the chariot to see my Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day, my Lord, my Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. Ride the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot to see my
Yeah, how about another hand for Kelly James also? Isn't he doing a fine job? Hey, Kelly. Kelly! Is this hot? Hello. I just asked Kelly to do me a favor. I feel so lost just up here talking. I asked him if I could conduct that last playoff, just so I can. Do you mind? Now I feel better. I feel real lost not having a band and a chorus to turn around, give a little downbeat to. Real nice of you to put up with me. I'm all out of breath now. No, really, they told me I had to kill 5 minutes. That's why I did that. Fred. A group as unusual as its name is composed of students from Hedrick Hall, Delta Delta Delta, and Alpha Tau Omega. I don't know which ones you're clapping for. They will sing It Was a Very Good Year, which recently received the Grammy Award for Best Vocal Performance by a Male. And their other number is their own arrangement of Early in the Morning, a song made popular by Peter, Paul, and Mary, of course. Song leader, Frank Marshall, instrumental group. Carry on.
Having a slight technical difficulty here. You'll have to bear with us. Thank you.
Well, early in the morn, about the break of day, I asked the Lord, help me find the way, help me find the way to the promised land. This lonely body needs a helping hand. I ask the Lord to help me, please find the way. New day is a dawning. I bow my head in prayer. I pray the Lord, won't you lead me there? Won't you lead me there? Won't you guide me safely to the golden state? Won't you let this body your burden share? I pray the Lord to lead me, please, lead me there. When the judgment comes to find the world in shame, when the trumpet blows, won't you call my name? When the thunder rolls and the heavens rain, when the sun turns black, never shine again. When the trumpet blows, won't you call me, please? Call my name. When I was 17, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for small town girls and soft summer nights.
We'd hide from the lights on the village green.
When I was 17. When I was 21, it was a very good year. It was a very good year for city girls who lived up the stair.
With perfumed hair that came undone.
When I was 21. When I was 35, it was a very good year. was a very good year for blue-blooded girls of independent means.
We'd ride in limousines, our chauffeurs would drive.
When I was 35, but now the days are short. I'm in the autumn of the year, and now I think of my life as vintage wine from fine old kegs.
From the brim to the dregs, it poured sweet and clear.
It was a very good year.
It was a very good year.
Very nice, very nice. You know, a short while back, my wife came home one afternoon from an afternoon, a matinee show, musical. She said, "Ray, I've just heard the most wonderful music, seen the most wonderful show, and I want to go back and see it again tonight, and I want to bring you with me. And you're just going to love this music, and I want you to make an album on this." And we went to see the show that night, and we made the album. It was the music of Mary Poppins, which is so great. And it's so wonderful, too, to have Dick and Bob Sherman with us judging tonight. Not that I mean to slight the other judges. It's wonderful of you all to take the time. I know that all of the judges all have very busy schedules, and it's real great that they would take the time to come down, isn't it? Let's have a hand for the judges. I think they all feel the way I do, that these are wonderful things that you have, these spring things, and should have the support of everybody. Gee, I never look up at you folks up there, do I? Hi. And anyway, you know the fellow that came up and loused me up and said Ray Kahn of Capitol Records? Well, he wrote this introduction for me, the next thing, and he said, "You've got to read this, because if you don't, I'll be in bad with my fraternity house." I don't know if I should read it or not. I can really fix him now. It says, in 1964, Mary Poppins at long last stepped from the printed page to become the vivacious singing and dancing heroine of Walt Disney's sparkling musical fantasy. Since then, millions have delighted to the cheerful sounds and happy sights of Mary Poppins and her friends. How true. Few will forget the lively dance scenes or the original musical score which produced a rich legacy of songs, including, of course, the Academy Award-winning Chim Chim Cheree and 13 other favorites. It is with a great deal of pleasure that the members of Alpha Chi Omega and Sigma Chi proudly present a medley of songs and dances from Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. And as a change on your program here, it says Jim Evans, song leader. He did conduct the prelims. The song leader now is Lois Shellman tonight.
shake hands with you. Or blow me a kiss, and that's lucky too. Now as the ladder of life has been strung, you may think of sweeps on the bottommost rung. Though life spends the time in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. When you're with a sweep, you're in glad company. Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them what sings chim chim chiree, chim chiroo. Chim chimney, chim chim chiree, chim chiroo. While gathering his bits of twine and twig, the blind intent in his pursuit, he has a merry toot-toot-toot. He knows the song will move the job along. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in most delightful way. Bright as the morning in May, I feel like I could fly. Have you ever seen the grass so green, or a bluer sky? Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light. When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the dove. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
You know, Bert, there's just one word for you.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh, when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just sum up this word and then you've got a lot to say. But better use it carefully or it can change your life.
For example, one night I said it to me girl, and now me girl's me wife. Oh, and a lovely thing she is too.
She's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. 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 Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
What's the trick?
Coffins for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite.
Great, Kelly. Now, I hope you judges have been taking good notes. That's the end of the contestants. And I think you've got a job on your hands because there are some fine ones to choose from. And I've been asked to announce at this point all song leaders are to go backstage and all judges convene in the Founders Room, which is where we met at intermission. And you're to reach your decisions and report back to us the results of your findings. And I hope you can all win. Now, in the meantime, while the judges are going over their notes and reaching their decision, I've been informed that we have a group that is going to come out and entertain you. They're called Choraleers. We have a group that we may have seen last week on a nationwide television. Oh, here it is, yeah. Now we have a group that you may have seen them on a nationwide color cast last week. They recently returned from a 9-week tour of the Orient and will be touring there again in 1967. So let's welcome the Choraleers, the Pepperdine College and their MC, Nathan Lane.
Some chickens, no eggs would they lay. We had some chickens, no eggs would they lay. One day a rooster came into our yard and caught those chickens right off their guard. They're laying eggs now, just like they used to, ever since that rooster came into our yard. They're laying eggs now, just like they used to, ever since that rooster came into our yard. We had a cow, no milk would she give. We had an cow, no milk would she give. One day that rooster came into our yard and caught that old cow right off her guard. She's given eggnog in plastic cartons ever since that rooster came into our yard. She's given eggnog in plastic cartons ever since that rooster came into our yard. We had an elephant, no tusk would she grow. We had an elephant, no tusk would she grow. One day that rooster came into our yard and caught that elephant right off her guard. She's laying eggs now, made out of ivory, ever since that rooster came into our yard. She's laying eggs now, made out of ivory, ever since that rooster came into our yard. They're laying eggs now, just like they used to, ever since that rooster came into our yard. They're laying eggs now, just like they used to, ever since that rooster came into our yard.
Thank you, music lovers. They mentioned that the group was up on TV, and incidentally, they were last heard up at the Los Angeles Music Center complaining about the prices. And the Prices, who were sitting next to them, were complaining about them. Actually, the group is from Pepperdine College here, and we worked for the past several years with the college as a part of some of the school's great student drives. And actually, last year was our best year, and we were able to drive away about 600 students with our performing. But we get to do a little bit of traveling. In fact, last weekend we were able to entertain at the tape cutting ceremony, the grand opening of a big new poppy field in Tijuana. So we enjoyed the traveling most of all. As our tour, we went into the Orient this past year, and we'll be going again this next year. We were, being students, had to do the trip on a budget, and we were rather lucky in that we were able to make the entire trip flying United parcel service. And after they saw our show, they're going to send it in a plain brown wrapper next time. But I think we can say that the show was a tremendous success everywhere. We did have a few audiences who were miserable failures, but we were rather pleased. The armed forces were so good to us. They took us around, showed us so much of the native countries. We got to see a lot of the new embassies that they're building. Most of them, they're building them now about a stone's throw back from the street. And personally, I was very pleased because my express purpose for going into the Orient and the Far East was to check the spread of communism. And I can report that I have checked it, and it's spreading real well. We were also able to be in China in time for the annual famine, which was rather interesting. And the group has done several television shows lately and just recently completed a movie. And it's in the drugstore being developed right now, and we're hoping that everything will turn out. So now that you know a little bit more about them, here they are again, the Coraliers from Pepperdine College.
Far across the wild country away, come along. High up, oh Susanna, we're leaving today. We'll cross the wide prairies to the mountains.
tree of myrrh and of treasures untold. Come along, high up the Susanna, we'll even today. Rivers of gold, we'll cross the wide prairie. The wagons are ready, the mountains will go, anxious to go, and we're bound for the land of the Sacramento. Well, you talk about Samson, you read about his birth. He was the strongest man that ever did live on earth. Well, one day as Samson was walking along, he looked down and on the ground he saw an old jawbone, and he picked up that jawbone and swung it over his head. And when he got to moving, 10,000 were dead. If I had my way, if I had my way in this wicked world, if I had my way, I would tear this building down.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. Why don't you swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride? Swing down, chariot, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, down and easy. I got a home on the other side. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. We are crossing that Jordan River. I want my crown, my golden crown. We are crossing that Jordan River. I want my crown, my golden crown. Jordan River, deep and wide. We're going back to the other side. We are crossing that Jordan River. I just want my golden crown. I want my crown.
Thank you very much. I really planned on an exciting evening here after I get the show out of the way. And we're very thrilled to be asked up here. It's quite a lot different. We're Pepperdine down in South Los Angeles, or as the McCone Commission says, where the action is. It's rather centrally located. No, really though, I do like the area as a whole. It really is. Actually, though, we have a spring sing every year down there at Pepperdine also, and so we really wanted to see what yours would be like. And this is the first time I'd ever been on campus, so as soon as I got out, parked and got out, I followed a group that I figured was going to the spring sing, and we went up to the Student Union. And I thought it was a rather unusual name for spring sing, Vietnam Teach-In. And I watched it for a while, and it wasn't at all like ours. I don't mean to criticize, but I just don't feel that they're too creative. And there was some very good satire, though. And someone said that it was a demonstration, and I said, oh, and I had never been to a demonstration before, and here was this guy with a placard and many, many people marching along behind him, so I ran up to the front to see what it said, and it said, "Fall in." And evidently it doesn't take much these days to start a demonstration around here. So I got back to my car, and there was this little slip under the windshield wiper. And I was really worried, but I saw that everybody else had one too, and so I didn't feel so bad. I understand Prince Philip got one too when he was here. I understand it's quite a problem, and so I've actually devised a way, students and everyone that's involved with this college, how you can avoid getting tickets from the Unicops. Take off your windshield wipers. I wasn't used to so many cars. It's a lot smaller campus down at Pepperdine, and I really had to watch. There's so many little cars that the kids had. And I stepped off the corner, and one of them zipped around the corner and knocked me down. And if this wasn't so bad while I was laying there, another one ran up my pants leg. And actually, I have to commute, and I've done the same thing myself. I've gotten the smallest car I could find and the most economical. Actually, this car is so small it doesn't use a starter. It has a flint. And it's been quite good. I commute back and forth down to the school, and the other day this policeman took out after me on his motorcycle, and I knew that I couldn't get away from him, so it was very good. I did the next best thing. I drove up on the sidewalk and got lost in the crowd. Well, we got 11 people standing over here who are hoping to get parking tickets tonight, so we'll let them come back on and sing. The Choraleers and Greenback Dollar.
Some people say I'm a no-count, others say I'm no good, but I'm just a natural-born traveling man, doing what I think I should, oh yeah, doing what I think I should. And I don't give about a greenback dollar, spend it fast as I can, for a wailing song and a good guitar, the only things that I understand, oh yeah, the only things that I understand. When I was a little baby, my mama said, hey son, travel where you will and grow to be a man and sing what must be sung, poor boy, sing what must be sung. And I don't give about a greenback dollar, spend it fast as I can, for a wailing song and a good guitar, the only things that I understand, oh yeah, the only things that I understand. Now that I'm a grown man, traveled here and there, learned that a bottle of brandy and a song, the only ones who ever care, oh yeah, the only ones who ever care. And I don't give about a greenback dollar, spend it fast as I can, for a wailing song and a good guitar, the only things that I understand, oh yeah, the only things that I understand. And I don't give about a greenback dollar, spend it fast as I can, for a wailing song and a good guitar, the only things that I understand, oh yeah, the only things that I understand.
Well, they're almost all in back there. I was a little disappointed this evening about performing. My girlfriend's in the group, and she wasn't able to come up this evening, and felt kind of bad. Actually, things haven't been going too well with us. We were having a little bit of trouble, and a little trouble getting up for the show this evening. And actually, it's probably my fault. I don't know too much about girls, just what I've been able to pick up. And I'm rather naive. This actually, Judy and I, we met in a rather unusual way. We were introduced, and the way it worked out, it was really love at first sight. It had to be. We're both day students down at Pepperdine, and it kind of started out as puppy love, but it's sort of been going to the dogs lately. I knew you'd like that. Actually, I wouldn't know how to describe her. Facially, she probably looks a lot like Louis Armstrong's voice. Sort of like the girl next door if you happen to live in a lousy neighborhood. Judy and I, we met in a rather unusual way. We were introduced, and the way it worked out, it was really love at first sight. It had to be. We're both day students down at Pepperdine, and it kind of started out as puppy love, but it's sort of been going to the dogs lately. I knew you'd like that. Actually, I wouldn't know how to describe her. Facially, she probably looks a lot like Louis Armstrong's voice. Sort of like the girl next door if you happen to live in a lousy neighborhood. Her main problem is she's only 16, where she should be 38. Just have to wait. She's only about that tall, and we've gotten along quite well. She's had quite a problem, though. Actually, she's in the hospital right now. This girl is just about the most economical girl you'd ever want to meet. Really thrifty. She saved up for almost a year, wanting to go on tour, and bought a 1-gallon economy-sized bottle of spray deodorant, and took it home and pushed the button, and it blew her arm off. And actually, since she's there, they've decided to go ahead and do this operation on her nose. They're going to try and bring it back up between her eyes. But I really love her, though. She's carried the torch for me for several years now. She's a welder out at Lockheed. But actually, this idea of dating her, and I really used to play the field a lot, but even that, the idea of dating one girl after another, day in and day out, and week in and week out, I'll really be glad when I've had enough of it. This is life, so many women and so little time. We've hoping here this evening that we've been able to bring you a few songs and entertainment that you usually don't see by a group in our price range. And really, we enjoy doing these charity benefits. And if you have enjoyed our entertaining, we'd request that you please send your cards in to Box 191, Radio City Station, New York. That's not a joke, actually. We were on the Ted Mack Show Sunday. And so if you'd like to vote for us, even though you didn't watch us on television, you can send in your postcards. They're out in the foyer there for everyone. We'd like to thank you, though, very much for your fine. They want to close with one more number, and I think we could say that we've had some very fine audiences in our touring, but I think I could honestly say that you folks this evening have been without a doubt. And now the group would like to close with a medley.
When I was a little bitty baby, my mama would rock me in the cradle in them old cotton fields back home. It was down in Louisiana, just about a mile from the cliffs on down, in them old cotton fields back home. As I was walking that big enough highway, I saw above me that golden skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from Redwood Forest to the Rusty Moors. This land was made for you and me.
I'm back. We've got the results. Do we just go right into this, or do we have a little suspense? Oh, I think aren't all of the song leaders supposed to come out first? Will all the song leaders come up? Oh, yeah. Time out a minute. I've got to get some instructions. They didn't tell me this. I'll be right back. Don't go away. You want to bring them out? Right. Okay, first we bring all the song leaders out on stage in a semicircle. How about a little song leader music to walk them on? Bum ba dum bum bum. Bum ba dum bum bum. Bum ba dum bum bum. What's going on there? Will all the song leaders come on stage, please? Orchestral solo by Mr. Kelly James.
So we're not bringing them all out at once.
They're not bringing
Just
them.
announce it.
Great, Kelly. They informed me that we are not going to bring the song leaders on stage. First, in the quartet division, third place winner, Delta, Delta, Delta. And the second place winner in the quartet division, UCHA. Am I too fast? Yeah. Okay, first place winner in the quartet division is Alpha Gamma Omega. Okay, they want me to slow down just a bit. They've got friends here. Now, in the chorus division, which, as I understand it, can be either girls or men, but not mixed, the third place winner, Pi Beta Phi. I wish I had all of these names on my fingertips to introduce the song leaders, but I don't have them. The second place winner in the chorus division, Hershey Hall. And the first place winner in the chorus division is Kappa Kappa Psi. If I think it'd be proper if someone could help me and introduce the song leaders by name as they come out. Could you do that for me? Now, on the, so we can, on the oddball division, first, the third place winner, Delta Sigma Phi, Jerry Rouse, song leader.
Okay, let's find this out.
Okay, here's the chocolate chips. And the second place winner in the oddball division, the Chocolate Chips, Eddie Anderson, song leader. And in the oddball division, the first place winner, according to our judges, is Phi Epsilon Pi, Greg Gordon, song leader. So, instrumental, right? The crowd. Okay. Now we come to the instrumental division, and the third place winner in instrumental division is the crowd from Reba Hall with Rich Kopp, the song leader. The Rose. Okay. The second place winner in the instrumental group is the Rogues, Don Keller, song leader. And the first place winner for the instrumental group, according to our judges, is with song leader Frank Marshall, Fred. Well, it's a pretty serious thing with them. It means a lot to them. That's great. Okay, now we come to the novelty division. We start off again with third place winner with song leaders Carmen Hackett and Adina Nickberg, Frateries, the Frateries. And the second place winner in the novelty group, Alpha Epsilon Pi, Zeta Beta Tau, Mitch Triger, song leader. And Mitch has all his boys with him, I can see that. Okay, now the first place winner, according to our judges in the novelty division, is, I can't read it, Alpha Chi Omega Sigma Chi, Jim Evans, the song leader.
It doesn't look like Jim Evans.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's
We had
Jim Evans. I don't know who it is.
We had a.
I don't know who the girl is.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We had a change on the program there. So Lois Shellman is the song leader. Mixed chorus group. The third place winner is Reber Hall. I don't have the song there. Glow Bradbury, song leader on that one. The second place mixed chorus winner, Alpha Gamma Omega.
This is our next one. I don't find it. That's next criteria.
Is that the one? Is that the one with Leon?
He's over there. He has two
Obian?
closest.
Yeah, Leon Obian. Okay, the first place winner in the mixed chorus group. Have you got that one ready? Okay. Didn't he win another one before? No. Hedrick Hall, John Anderson.
Introduce a little girl to
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
All you have to do is announce this after she does the sophomore sweethearts. Okay? And she does that. Okay?
She announces this?
No, you do it.
Oh, okay. Now, it's customary every year, I understand, for the Sophomore Sweethearts Trophy for the most original presentation to be awarded by Miss Pat Napoli. I'd like to introduce her now. Pat Napoli.
Okay. I'm very pleased to present the Sophomore Sweetheart Award for the most original presentation to a group who I'm sure you'll all agree deserves it very much. The Chocolate Chips and Sproul Hall.
Again, same one. And now the main prize of all, the sweepstakes winner. And we have a repeat here. John Anderson, Hedrick Hall. Stay on stage. Before we go on, I would just like to do one small thing. Once again, I would like to thank the judges, Edie Adams, James Darren, Barry Friedman, James Garner, Ernest Gold, Roosevelt Greer, Maurice Yaray, Johnny Mann, Ed Nelson, Nelson Riddle, Danny Savell, Neil Travis, Meredith Wilson, and of course, Bob and Dick Sherman for taking time out of their busy schedule to come down and help us out in the judging. Thanks a lot. And now, Alma Mater. Alma Mater. Thank you very much for putting up with me. God bless you all. Drive carefully.